Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. How you all doing? I hope you're fantastic. It is Watercolor Wednesday and we are going to attempt to paint a feather. I'm not going to say it's going to look like this because I don't know, but we're going to just it's more the shape and things that are of note are how close I think it's called the quill, I don't know, the part that goes in the bird is to the edge over here. So you can see this side is fatter than this side over here. And I believe this is an owl feather. And then some other things are these little fuzzy bits down here that, you know, are lovely. So just little things to take note of. And you can see there's gaps. There can be gaps in it. So it's not just going to be this oval shape with a line down the middle. There's just a few things to think about when you're painting this. So before we get started, I want to say hugs and blessings to Susan, Carol, and Rhonda. Thank you guys so much for your super kind comments and just, you know, your support in general is just so appreciated. So what we're going to do, I think, is just go for it. I'm not even going to attempt to sketch it. I did watch some videos. If you want to see someone who paints feathers very well, go again to Diane Antone and check out, she's got some videos where she does feathers and she'll do multiple ones and things like that. I'm just going to do one today. So that's what we're going for. And I'm just going to set it over to the side because I don't want to get it wet or anything. I'm also not taping my paper down because I do tend to like to turn it around and all those kind of things. So I'm just going to go with it the way that it is. It's not going to be a painting where I go all the way to the edges or anything anyway. So I'm not that worried about the border because hopefully it will just be there anyway. I gotta take my paintbrush I have out of the water so I don't ruin it. This one is a number 8 round. And I just got it at Hobby Lobby. You can get your brushes wherever you like to get them. That just happens to be a place that has all these things that I can't find a lot of other places in my area. So anywho, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go with kind of a darker color first, and I just kind of mixed up some colors. I'm using that big box of watercolors again that I usually link in the description box below the video. And these are not expensive watercolors, so, but if you prefer a certain particular brand or whatever, obviously just use whatever you want, because color matching and whatnot is going to more depend on the piece that you have rather than what I'm choosing to use. You might want it to be purple for all I know. So like, just do your own thing. Do whatever colors you like. And I'm just gonna kind of do something like that because I want that curve in it. I like how they curve, and of course mine's probably more exaggerated than what they actually are, but that's okay. I'm gonna come down here and try to get sort of that point happening, maybe a little bit more coming up to the top. And then I'm going to use a lighter color to do the other parts of the feather. So kind of have a little bit of a yellowish beige type of color that I'm going to start with and see how we go here. I think I'll start about here, and like I said, I'm not trying to get it to look exactly like the one I have, but you want that kind of wispy, you know, ness happening as you go around. You don't want to just do an oval, and I probably should have got it closer on that other edge because it was smaller on this side than the other side, so that is something to think about. And then you might have it, you know, it kind of dips in some spots more than others. And I'm not going to pretend that I am really good at this because this is the first one I've done. So bear with me. It might be a train wreck. I don't know. So I'm just going to kind of get some color in here. Then I'll probably add some water to it as well, because I want it pretty light for this part, because we're going to go in and add some other colors. So what you guys been up to? Have you been doing anything fun? I know a lot of people have said they are doing like Halloween journals, and some people are doing the envelope junk journal thing, which that is super fun to know that other people are playing along with me. Oh, and this, since I didn't do a sketch or anything, won't be in the description box below the video, because I just am wing-a-dinging it here. But I'm sure you can probably, if you want something to trace, if you just go to Pinterest or wherever, you can find an image of a feather or even a photograph that you may have taken, and you know, trace it like I've showed you or done in the past. Is a fun way to do it. So this side I want to make a little bit bigger, and I do want to kind of have that one bit here that I don't know why they are not more centered. It obviously has to do with how their feathers lay, you know, against their body or whatever the reasoning is behind the space there. But there definitely is a larger space on one side than the other on feathers. I'll do another one here. And we'll just see what we end up getting in the end, right? Who knows? I did get a little extreme on the curve here, but that's okay. It's a little more stylized, not necessarily 100% realistic, right? And you could make them super wispy or less, you know, less wispy, whatever you decide. I always stop somewhere, you know, in a weird way, and then I have weird lines. That's something you need to remember with watercolor. It's like best to keep, like, finish a whole part. And I forget about that, thinking, oh, I'll just finish it in a minute, but it really does get kind of messed up if you don't continue on with the color that you're going with. And then another thing it has is these real fine, fluffy, sort of all over the place feathers at the bottom. That's a feather of my sister's she's letting me borrow, so thank you, Megan. So I'm going to try to do some real thin bits here, hanging down and around. And Diane, the video I watched, she had a brush that was real, like, fluffy itself that she used to kind of drag some of those out. I just don't have anything like that, so I'm just going with the very tip of my brush and hoping that I get something kind of like that. And you do want some that are a little more wispy, like, to give you that feeling of the fluff down there. And some of them are very, like, long on this particular feather anyway. I'm sure they're all a little bit different. So yeah, just fun little wisps there. I like it. I don't really have any tales to tell. It's been fairly calm around here now that we got our countertops done and all that fun stuff. The big thing now is hopefully getting my son's car fixed eventually. I guess they're not even going to look at it until September, so nothing to report there. But thank you. A lot of you have left very nice comments about all that jazz. It is always something, you know, with kids. I mean, they're good and they're not doing nothing wrong. It just, but yeah. It's supposed to cool down a little bit tomorrow, which I am very much looking forward to. I know my daughter's looking forward to it too, because she's dying in band, like always this time of year. But she's in her last year of that, so it'll be bittersweet. She'll definitely miss it. Like I said, though, she's got friends that that's what they're going into, like that's what their area of study is and all that. So I'm sure she'll get roped into volunteering for different different things that involve it, and I don't think she'll ever totally go away from it. She likes it a lot. They just all have so much fun. I mean, it is exhausting and hot and all those things, but they just really have fun. All right, so another thing we're going to look at is the darker colors. You'll notice like this line's pretty much straight across, and that one too, but then this one, that part is higher, this part is lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, yeah. So, and like I said, I'm not going for the exact same thing, but I'm going to kind of, because I don't think I can do that good, but anyway, I'm just going to kind of do my own version here. And you don't want to totally like just do a stripe, because that'll look a little bit weird. This seems to need, oops, not purple, a little bit of more brown color in it. It has almost a, I don't know, not the right color tinge on it, and I don't like it. And then there's just like little dots all over. I don't know, but we'll get a few. I'm not going to worry about whether I get every little thing, but this side is wetter, so it's bleeding out more than the other side. So I'm going to wait on that. Come back to it. We'll do the next kind of striped area. I'm sure there's all kinds of ways to do this. The feathers that Diane was doing were, she doodled and did some really cool colored ones and stuff. So it was a little bit different than what I'm doing. But I just needed to watch somebody do it. Like, how do I approach this? She's a fantastic resource, so, because she's been painting for a number of years, so definitely, if you are into watercolor, I would check her out. I'm learning right along with you guys, so it's all new to me, for sure. Probably gonna have to revisit that part. Okay, and then this next one is going to be up a bit higher. And we all, I think, I mean, we all see a very similar thing, obviously, but I feel like we all see things a little bit differently too. So you may see it different than I do, and so you should definitely do your own take. That's the thing about getting inspiration, I think, is fantastic. But you should never try to make your art just like somebody else's. Because like I said, we all see it a little bit different. I think it's important to put your own take on it. I don't know, it could be wrong. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And I thank you so much for joining me and all the people that comment. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to my wonderful subscribers who've been with me. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for hanging with me all these years, some of you. But yeah, any activity on my channel helps my channel to grow because, as y'all know, and I'm sure you're sick of it, I'm sick of it, but that's how YouTube puts your videos and stuff out in the algorithm world, is if there's activity happening on your channel. Like, and that means people liking, commenting on each other's, subscribing. So any of those things you do, I thank you so much. It helps a ton. And if you want to support the channel, there's you can do the super thanks, like a little tip, whatever you like. I know these videos are a little bit slower, and I do tend to have to concentrate, so I know I do get quiet when I do this watercolor thing. Because I'm not very fast at this. I watch Diane and I'm just like, oh my goodness, she can do it so quick, and it turns out so lovely. I'm much slower. Okay, I'm gonna try to put some of these little dots and lines and things in. I don't know what my son is texting me about. I might have to pause and figure out what's going on. He has a cat now. It's his roommate's cat, it's not his cat, but oh my gosh, he's just having so much fun. He's always just loved cats. I mean, that's what we've had as pets, so it makes sense, but he's so funny with that cat. Okay, I feel like those are too dark, so I don't think I like those. I'm gonna try to lighten them up a little bit. Let's get a paper towel. I finally remembered to get some paper towels. Just gonna take it away a little bit. I mean, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, so weird, I know. It's hard to make it look right. I think I like the suggestion of them. I just don't like how these ones came out. It's all an experiment. go a little bit lighter. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm back. He's just, I guess, that sickness that we've all been dealing with. I'm not going to say anything else but that. It's back on campus and it's becoming a problem. All I can say is they better not force those kids to wear masks again. Really had a major negative effect on my daughter when all that was going on. Anyway, everybody has a different view. That's just mine. Just my opinion. Don't come at me. All right, so let's get these ones here. Too much. I need more color in there. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling with the water now. And now I'm not going to get the right consistency again. Let's see. That's not the right color. I put too much water in it and messed it up. Don't you hate it when you do that? It's like, why'd I do that? Yeah, that color's not the same. Struggling. I think I have maybe a little more gray in it. Okay, now let's see if we can get some little marks in here. And then we'll go back over it again like we did the other parts, because I do like where it's there but a little bit faded. Okay. Now I get some of this. Yeah, so the roommate's cat is a kitten, and Theron's kind of forgotten because Pasha's like 11, 12 now. And you know, they tend to mellow. I mean, Pasha definitely has his moments. He's a dingling, but you know, they're much more calm, I guess you could say. Just the everyday activities. And this kitten is a nut brain. She like comes running in his room, and instead of jumping up on the bed, she kind of like scales the side with her claws. She's just super, you know, kooky crazy, like kittens are. And he thinks she's funny. He sends me little videos of her doing her craziness. And doing the twitchy itchies and all that they do, where they look all psycho. I don't know if she's funny. All right, I'm gonna pause and get this dry. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I'm back. I'm not in love with it, I'll tell you that much. But I'm gonna try to salvage it. Wish me luck. So I'm gonna start with some gold. I wanted to add gold anyway, but now we definitely are. I think this is a project that's gonna take practice for me to figure out. Which really, I mean, they all take practice, but some things just seem a bit more daunting than others. All you can do is keep trying. Just trying to go real light kind of with this. Trying to lighten it up a little bit. It feels very dark. And then I ended up getting some splatters up there that I wasn't wanting, but we will splatter it everywhere. That way it'll all have it. And I think I will come back with a pen, a fine line pen, just go over some stuff. I'll lift some of that out. And that's just, take your brush, wipe it on a paper towel, and you can lift out a little bit of color. Okay, I think that helped a little. And I'll get that dry and be back again. Okay, I've moved in a little closer. Let's move in a tiny bit more, just because I think that's easier to see when I do the lines, the fine line. Sorry, trying to get some light on that. And we will see what we get, because this is a Micron 02. Sometimes they don't like to draw out so much on the watercolor paper, but we're just doing kind of that squiggly thing that I do anyway, so. And you can do this or don't. It's, you know, a personal preference thing. I just like it, but I understand if it's not for everybody. Part of it is my jiggly hand. The other part is that I just like the look of it. I've seen it on some other artworks, and I just like it. But I don't know what's on there. And on this part, I don't really know. I think I'm just going to kind of, I don't want to totally outline those, but maybe just... Okay, and let's do some splatters and see what we get. I'll back up. I'll back out a little because pretty close. Do you feel like you're in the nosebleed section? Or I mean the opposite of the nosebleed section, the front row? I mean, don't splatters just do the thing? Do the thing that you want to happen to it when you're trying to make it happen. Alrighty. And I will sign it, but I'm going to wait till it dries. So, but I will show you guys. Not the best feather I've ever seen, but for a first try, it's not too bad. Definitely hop over and check out Diane's channel. I really wish I would have gone that, or, you know, brought, not made this so wide is what I'm trying to say, because there isn't much difference between the two sides. But anyway, and the lines are another interesting thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.